Hey guys, Spiritual Essence here. I just wanted to do a quick video. Oh, my hair is a mess, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, so I wanted to talk about whenever one is doing a ritual, or it could be a ritual for anything, like calling a god, um, doing a spell, either from your own energy or the universe or what have you. No matter what, if you do a ritual like that, if you do any kind of magic, it's never a good idea to go in with doubt, with fear, or with volatile emotions like anger or sadness. And I'll tell you why. So, when we cast magic, we are relying heavily on the emotions we are feeling at the time. What we feel is a strong energy. The heart is a great producer of emotions. We feel them deeply. And there's reason for that. It is a conductor of very powerful energy. And we are meant to feel this way. We are meant to have feelings. So when we go into a ritual, we are relying on particular energies to boost our magic and to make sure that we're conveying the right energies. So when we walk into a ritual and we aren't feeling as confident in our abilities, or with the belief that what we're doing is not going to work, we sabotage ourselves or jinx ourselves. It's another version of jinxing ourselves. Sabotaging ourselves with our own intentions, our own energy, and most of the time it's unknowingly. If people do it knowingly, well, then there isn't even a level of pity for that one. But the reason I say this was because I was reading some of my books, and they talked about accounts where people who were either new to magic, were trying something extreme, trying to call something extreme, or they were knowledgeable in magic, but were either going through something at the time, or weren't exactly confident in the end goal that they wanted for it in the beginning. And it caused them to either have the spell backfire, or others have actually got harmed. There was a particular ritual that I read in a certain book called The 21 Lessons of Merlin. And it explained someone attempting to call forth a very powerful Welsh god. I cannot remember the name of the god, but the author expressed deeply that if you go into the ritual and you have fear or doubts, it could become dangerous. And they knew people who were actually attacked by these certain entities because they had doubt or fear. And the reason I believe that is because when we establish connections to a certain powerful spirit, whether it be a divine entity like a god, or even just a human spirit or whatever, they make a connection to us. So that connection is strong, like a cable, electric cable. And when we start feeling these fear and doubt, it disrupts the connection, and they feel it especially on the end, which will agitate them very much. So it's always a good idea, before starting a ritual or trying to make contact with any spiritual entity, to clear your mind, do some meditation, clear yourself mentally, Um, it does help to fast to clear yourself physically. That way you feel good during the ritual, and it's not good to eat something that's not going to make you feel well, like deep fried foods and stuff like that. And also, it's a reason why prayer, as well as saging yourself before a ritual, is excellent in cleaning your spiritual energy. So, doing all this beforehand prevents sabotage and prevents things from going wrong. And I personally do not know anybody who has dealt with this. I don't really know that many people in the spiritual community, at least not personally. I do know a few people who are spiritual, but I don't know them personally enough to know their type of spiritual practices or beliefs, and so I don't know anybody personally who has dealt with this, but from what I've read in the accounts from books I read, like the 21 Lessons of Merlin, it is abundantly clear that these are very dangerous. I was also watching the movie The Craft. If you guys watch that, it's a great movie about witches. But the god that they made up in there, they originally wanted to choose a god, a real god, from a certain religion. But their Wiccan spiritual counselor was like, that's not a good idea, because then people would actually try to summon them, and a lot of these people, they probably wouldn't be knowledgeable in how to properly summon something, or beginners who are a little too confident in their abilities, and it could turn out bad for them. It's dangerous to contact something without knowing how to properly deal with the situation. When I started communicating with things, I started with my own deities, which I had more of a connection with because I created them, and I slowly gave them energy to where they became something. And then when I dealt with other deities from other spiritual paths that I had a connection with, it started off good because I had a connection with them, so I felt very comfortable speaking with them. And I even tried experimenting with gods that I didn't exactly have a connection with, but I was interested in contacting. I did that at a slow pace, a slow process, because I was worried that that would happen. I always try to address a god confidently. I try to assess exactly what I want to ask of them, whether it be blessings or if I want to ask them a question. I don't want to waste their time. So it's a process, and it's a process that you should be cautious about, because things can go very wrong very quick. So it's always good to be cautious, have backup protection, and to properly research the type of spiritual entities that you are working with to prevent future tragedies. That's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I've been filming a lot on my phone rather than my camera. Well, it just takes a long time to set up the camera. Then I gotta download it to my computer. Then I gotta edit it and then render it, which takes a while, and then upload it. So the fact that I don't have to do any editing for this one is so much easier. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Be careful out there.